Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Watch the greenbacks tumble.
Everyone all set? Cocked? Locked? Here we go. Your dial set correctly to USAPrepares.com. We're delighted you're here, and we're broadcasting 2 hours from high atop the Missouri Ozark Mountains. If you'd like to call us, we'll pay for the call. 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. Tom is engineering the broadcast in Minnesota. Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us. Welcome, Rick.
Good morning. You know, you call me Ricky Rocket, and I've decided I'm going to start calling you my cousin Vinny. Your humor is creepy.
Well, you know, my mom calls you Ricky Rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say, I'm going to be on with Rick Miller. She'll say Ricky Rocket. Hey, I don't know how it happened. I really don't know how that happened, but it's been like this.
I talk too fast.
So, hey, Rick, I was talking with Matt Stein, and Matt Stein calls me Cousin Vinny. As a matter of fact, he calls me his favorite Cousin Vinny. I'm probably.
By the way, before you go further, turn up your volume just a witch from me, please.
Okay, Tom, can you take care of that for Rick? Okay, how's that? Is that better?
Yeah, yeah, thank you. Just thank you. It's always this. I don't know. I've got a bad connection. The last 2 weeks I've had interference on my phone, and phones are being dropped, and I don't know why. Please, I didn't mean to change the subject. Thank you.
Well, okay, so I was talking with Matt Stein, and he calls me, Cousin Vinny, his favorite Cousin Vinny. And so I said, so Matt, you're bunking with Rick at the RK Prepper Show, and that's October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And he said, yeah. And I said, you got room for me? And he said,
yeah, I'm not homophobic, but I'm getting old and like my own space.
wait a minute. That's not, he said you guys were getting, he said, oh yeah, it's okay. Listen, Rick and I will, share one bed and you can share the other bed.
Yeah. I'm not homophobic, but I draw some lines. You can do it like Joey and bring your own bed.
Well, that, but anyway, so I'm going to be.
I never saw that one before. That was cool. Out he comes.
Yeah, he's
everything. I hope Joey can come down. I haven't been to Kansas City since I was a pallbearer for Chuck Walters. And Chuck Walters, I'm going through my library now. I have every single book of his. He's got more books than I do yet. And I personally feel Chuck Walters was possibly the single most important man in history in agriculture. That's my Sustainable Agriculture on Acres USA. It is his son, his oldest son, is still pulling it off, gone in different directions than Chuck did, and yet that tabloid has got to still be the bottom line for agriculture. I've never seen anything else like it. It's been going for 40 years, almost 40 years, and I am so very proud to have been part of that movement.
Well, Rick, why don't can we get one of them on the air with you and me?
That's your, there's some inner dynamics going on with that family. Ruth, his wife, is still alive. Tim and Fred. Fred runs Acres, and Tim, I don't know, I haven't heard from Tim. Tim used to be a student of mine, a friend, a close person. I never got very close to Fred after a certain event occurred, but Ruth is still alive. I think it would be very cool to get her on. I don't know how to get in touch with her. They live in Kansas City, and Tim is still there, I think, Tim Walters. Fred is down in Metairie, I think, Louisiana, and that's where he does Acres now out of, rather than Kansas City. I remember a time when they would have an event, and they would have a bunch of tractors driving down the middle of the street in protest of certain things in agriculture. Mm-hmm. And those days are gone. There is no such thing as agriculture anymore, in my opinion, and it's terrible.
Well, Rick, let's take a minute and let's talk about what you and Matt are going to do. So Matt Stein and you are going to be at the RK Prepper Show at the KCI Expo Center. That's October 2, 3, and 4. But you got a special event on October 2nd with you and Matt.
Well,
can you share with us
an urban survival skill workshop? We're going to go right down the street for it, and Matt's going to lay it out in terms of what's necessary for survival, and then I'm going to teach you how to go to the next level, working with instinct, and what we call, the way I train Navy SEALs, on thinking with the gut. And we're going to combine those two into a one-day workshop, and it will be a classic. And Randy and Ryan are two brothers that put on these gun shows all across the country. They had one in Springfield, and I was out with Stormin' Norman. I'm looking forward to seeing him again. That's the real, Dalton from Roadhouse. Mm-hmm. And you had him at your event. That's when I first met him, and I got to get to know him better in Springfield. And I have to tell you, he's a very, very cool person. In fact,
he is.
Yeah, I liked him. I liked him a lot.
He's been on the air with us, and he'll come to meetups, and he's trained a whole bunch of people in self-defense, including Mrs. Finelli and.
But you know what's so cool about him is inside him. He's an extremely gentle man.
Yeah.
I saw a common ground there with him. He looked at me and he said, "You're having trouble with your knee," and out came his pendulum. And he then proceeded to work on me, and Joey's watching this, and so Joey decided to get healed next. And one of Joey's friends called me the other day, and he also got involved with Dalton, Norman, and I liked the event just because of him. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. He comes to the meetups, and he'll do demonstrations, and Linus Ertley, another one of our instructors, volunteers to be his student. And I'll tell you what, it's painful. It's really painful for whoever is his student, because that person's on the ground, on the carpeting, flopping around. and Norman is,
and it's an effortless thing. The most important, I was just talking to somebody else on email before you called, and I starting to remember the years I studied under John Leong, and that's the Seattle Fight Club, and I started in 1958, and John Leong was my teacher for 18 years. And I had 18 years, and we did not call it martial arts because it was a form of meditation. It was a way of being. And once you get that concept, you no longer are learning, you are studying. I sent you an email so that if you want to try that one out, that's the Seattle Fight Club that I grew up in as a little tiny boy. I started with judo. I became a second-degree black in judo under Fred Sato. And Sato, I was at Seattle University, and then my dad, once I had judo and knew how to fall and knew how to take a hit and roll with it, he enrolled me as a little boy in the Seattle Fight Club. It wasn't called that back then. It is now, but then it was just Chinatown. Grew up there, and I had my daughter do the same thing. My daughter now is into Hungar, which is different than mine, which John Leong taught, which was Hungao. Hungao is northern Shaolin. Hungar is southern form. Similar to Wing Chun.
When Stormin Norman is instructing in front of a group, it looks
It's
effortless.
simple. It's a way of being in space and time, and that is what the Chinese did 2,000 years before Japan even started martial arts. It's what they would do in Hungao, Northern Shaolin, was watch the way one animal would instinctually respond to a different animal in an attack. In other words, it was never about offense. It was a response form. And what you did, if you had snake that came straight at you, the monkey would capture snake. And that's how you had these different forms of crane and tiger and dragon. That's what Hungao is, northern dragon. And I studied that, 18 years, and then was blessed with John Tae Chung, who came down from Victoria, Vancouver, and would teach Tai Chi.
Now, did you talk to Norm? Is Stormin Norman Cantwell going to be at the RK Prepper Show?
I don't know, and I absolutely hope so. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll contact him. I'll contact him and see if I can find that out. But so you and Matt are going to be there. Rick, I'm going to be.
Hopefully, you and Joey and others that I have not yet met. This is a place where we can all be together and laugh.
Well, yeah, and
where you see the different displays of weapons, and oh gosh, it's interesting. These two brothers put them on all across the country, and what they've done now is they're moving slightly toward, instead of weapons, they're moving now toward survival.
Right, and we're talking about Rex and Randy Curley. By the way, Randy Curley is going to be on the air with us tomorrow right here. We're going to be talking about the Challenger investigation, and we're also going to be talking about...
He's a lawyer, he's very... Yeah. I liked him a lot. I like the two brothers. They're both different, and Randy is a lawyer.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
My name is Bill Bonner, and I'm the president of the largest private news and research network in the world. And I paid for this airtime because I have an important message to the American people. There's a change coming that the government isn't telling you about. This change has deep implications for life in America, from where you shop to the doctors you visit and the family you want to protect. Look, I've made predictions like this before. Thing is, I was right then too. A few years ago, I warned that housing prices would collapse. They did. Before that, I warned that .com companies would crash. They did. Those who listened had a chance to save themselves. But this has nothing to do with the stock market. This will affect us all.
You can watch the video for free right now by going to dollardownfall.com. Again, that's dollardownfall.com.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares unfiltered and untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
Class, Dr. Richard Allen Miller is with us. DocRam.com, DocRam.com, or RichardAllenMiller.com, Richard, A-L-A-N, Miller.com. Hey, Rick, I just got off the phone with Stormin Norman Cantwell. Just got off the phone with him.
Is he coming?
And yep. The good news is he's coming. And guess what else?
What?
He's going to be staying with us.
In the room with you?
yeah, and you and Matt. So, hey, so Norm said, okay, so where am I staying? I said, with me. And I'm staying with Rick and Matt.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Well, there's plenty. Look, there's probably room for 5 or 6 more guys. So,
well, it isn't about the guy thing. Like I told you, I'm not really homophobic, but I am going blind.
Hey, Rick, let me say this. One of the things that we do that's really fun is we get together at these events where we go out to dinner and we invite those who come to the event.
Off camera. There you go. That's what it's about. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's all Dutch treat. Each person pays for his own or her own, and we go out to dinner, and that's where our class can see what we're really like, off camera, and it is absolutely hysterical. It really is, and that's when you can ask those deep questions. Those questions you really don't want to ask on the air, and see us at our worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're interested in doing that, we'll see you at the KCI Expo Center, Kansas City. That's October 2, 3, and 4. Now, Rick and Matt are doing a special seminar on October 2nd. That's Friday. It's an all-day seminar, and the cost is $85 for one person, $120 for an entire family. And then they're going to be doing other seminars the Saturday and Sunday, following that Friday. So it's 3 days. And I'll be doing a seminar, actually 2 seminars.
That's excellent. I had no idea that you had been invited. That's very cool. Cool.
Yeah. Well, I've known Rex Curley for years. Anyway, so I'm going to be presenting a seminar called Government Lies and the Link to Population Elimination. And that would be yours and my elimination. And also, that will be one seminar. It's 90 minutes. And then the second seminar I'm going to be doing is preparing what to buy, why buy it, what not to buy, and how to pay for it with tax deductions. That's another 90 minutes.
That sounds really interesting. You know, I did a radio with a guy, a Jewish person, a couple days ago, and he has a manifesto with a 508 something, not a 503, but a 508 out of Nevada. And he is absolutely convinced that the 1% are trying to do a mass extinction on man. There are reasons that the ultra-wealthy want to do this that have nothing to do with the end of times. It does. What's happening right now for all of us. So, here I am with my memories realizing that none of it's going to get,
Rick, I was at the Farmers Cooperative yesterday, and I was talking with one of our class members, and he's convinced that very few people are really paying attention to what's going on. And I mentioned to him something that you and I have been talking about for weeks now, and that's this white saliva compared to, the normal clear saliva. And I said, I've got it. I'm thirsty all the time. I'm parched all the time. I'm thirsty right here in the studio, and I've got a cup of coffee with me, and I've been drinking it, and it's still not enough. And I mentioned it to him, and he said, yeah, we all have it. And so it's true. It's absolutely true.
Somebody called me the other day to thank me for saving their life, and I had no idea what he meant. Remember when I was really sick? That was the H5N1 virus that was delivered airborne. And guess how I got it? And it is genome specific. And I nearly died. I'm lucky. My girlfriend was even worse off.
Tell us when you got it, or how you got it, when we get back from this commercial break. Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us, docram.com.
No way. Is that a real bullet necklace?
No, it's a 9mm bullet necklace with matching earrings, you'll notice.
Those are awesome. Where'd you get them?
Dave found them at patriotnecklace.com.
Wow.
They have a variety of calibers and necklaces and earrings and keychains.
Patriotnecklace.com?
Patriotnecklace.com.
Your choice of caliber bullet includes a rugged American-made stainless steel dog tag chain. A percentage of every sale goes to military and service-related charities. And get a discount by entering GCN at checkout. Show your patriotism and support our troops with a bullet necklace from patriotnecklace.com.
This is Dan Pillett. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Hey neighbor, what are you doing digging? You had a heart attack last year.
Oh, I know. I was told no more hard labor.
Then why are you digging?
Well, I've been taking Extendovite. It's been approved to help my heart.
Extendovite? Is that a new drug?
No, not a drug. It's more like an herbal combination made from garlic and cayenne.
Herbal? How can that help?
Well, actually, we've taken herbs for thousands of years. Extendovite is doing the job for me.
Does your doctor know about Extendovite?
Yeah, my doctor knows, and he said it seems to be working for you, so don't stop taking it. I feel great taking Extendovite. I don't want to stop.
To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us, and we're talking about how, well, Rick got sick. And Rick, so how did you get sick?
I've never been this sick. I had mononucleosis in my freshman year at the University of Washington and nearly died. This was worse. And that's back in 1962. I got so sick, I couldn't even do finals and nearly flunked out of the University of Washington. Me, nearly flunked out. However, when I went to Pullman, that all changed. But I have to tell you, this H5N1 virus, it's known as swine flu, is now airborne delivery. And this guy got really sick, and when he went to the hospital, he told the nurses what he thought he had, because he had heard me talking about it. They checked, absolutely correct. They all knew it was airborne. Everybody be aware. They are deploying certain kinds of illnesses by chemtrails now, and that is absolutely a fact. Why? Why is there no due diligence, and why is CBS right now talking about geoengineering, finally, but nobody's actually giving the truth of what's going on? There are 8 different forms of geoengineering for 8 different agendas. The one that you and I had primarily, white saliva, is the fly ash, which has got radium-226 and 228 in it, more deadly than plutonium. I think it's time that this nonsense stops, and it's everybody be told the truth, because it is a mass extinction plan. It's being done
Rick, I can.
Those people
Uh,
are not even human.
I can see in my mind what'll happen if the word gets out who's doing this. I have a feeling they will be eviscerated. I think there will be, I think there'll be vigilante justice as a result, and that's what's happening in Peru. There's vigilante justice where, where people who have taken advantage of others.
You bet. And the subsequent kinds of posse comitatus and related. I have to tell you, I'll be talking about this in Kansas City. I'll be showing pictures and things that I've been able to vet. But this is nonsense and is not human, and how dare them?
Yeah, let me
And it's not just here, it's globally. This is some guy that doesn't want, he's got so much money, he doesn't want to put the fly ash in the ground, which is, causing groundwater to get polluted. Well, put it in the atmosphere because you can't notice it as much. More volumetric. The whole thing's nonsense.
Rick, we are overpackaging with plastic. We are dumping the plastic in the oceans. We're dumping the plastic in the landfills. And if you want to think about who is really responsible, who controls this, these would be governments. Are there private landfills?
It's your criminal element like the mafia, because in fact they run all the garbage disposal things in each country. We talked about that last year, and the Yakuza are the ones trying to do the cleanup at Fukushima. Get a grip.
Rick, if you go to if you go to these landfills, these are all done with the backing of governments. They are involved. Well,
of course they are. I mean, this is how it is. Everybody, including the Clintons, are master criminals. You've never heard me. And there's nothing I can do about it. I can talk about it.
Well, I got an email from one of our class, and she happens to be in the airline industry. I won't mention her name, but her question is, where are the guys who can kind of stop this? What are they doing? And I responded to her with, I responded to some of the things that I did, like stopping a private prison, stopping a dump, on top of an aquifer, speaking out. But those who speak out against these criminal enterprises pay a high price. The reason that I carry a 45 with me is because when I went against the government, if you will, back in Virginia, our house was shot at from the road. Literally shot at from the road, drive-by. And it was because I was speaking out against a couple things. One was a private landfill, government sanctioned, government bought and paid for in the county to allow this toxic landfill to be put on top of an aquifer. We stopped it. We literally stopped it, but we paid a price. And a private prison. Those two things got us shot at. And I decided right then and there that I would be armed all the time. So I would be on my tractor with an AK-47 strapped to my back. Literally. I'm not kidding. AK-47 on my back. And we were armed all the time, and I've been armed ever since. So that's why I carry a gun. It's not like I think it's cool. It's a nuisance. But that's what I do because of that experience. And so Rick, we're talking about corruption. We're talking about evil. And just one more example of the evil is Volkswagen manipulating, lying about the emissions of their vehicles, misrepresenting the economy figures, the fuel consumption figures, making everything look much better than it really is. Well, the CEO of Volkswagen stepped down yesterday. But the damage that they did to the company and to us has cost them about 32% of their value so far in just a couple days. Now, I'm reading reports that Volkswagen actually may go bankrupt as a result of this fraud and deception. I don't think that's all bad. I really don't. I think, and it's not just, Norm Shealy and I were talking about this yesterday, it's not just Volkswagen. It's Ford with the Pinto. Remember those fires from if you got rear-ended with the Pinto because there was a bolt on the gas tank that was so long it would pierce the gas tank and fires would start as a result of leaking fuel on the road? Well, and people got burned as a result of that. And then you have the General Motors ignition switch problem, and these are just, some of the larger ones, but there are a whole bunch of cover-ups. And what these auto companies seem to do is call their lawyers. When first they find out a problem, they don't call the engineers and say, how do we fix it? It seems like they call the lawyers and they say, how do we cover it up?
Yeah, it's a shame that it has come to that, and that's because we're complacent. We haven't gotten off the couch to stop this nonsense. Yeah.
Right. And we need to run for office. We need to take back our country. We need states' rights. We really need to get off the couch and forget about somebody else doing it. We need to do it. We need to run for office.
When I was at the Brit the other day, a drone came over. The first I've ever seen. It was a big drone. It was like probably maybe 10 feet across or something like that with 4 engines. And it was taking pictures of all of us. And the guy next to me from California said, I'll bet I could take that out with a number 7 load, a shotgun, with a full choke. And I'm going to tell you it is invasion of my personal space. I'm not advocating you break the law. However, it made the papers in that somebody called the police to complain that somebody shot at his drone.
Well, wait. Who's breaking the law there? Isn't this an invasion of your privacy?
Well, there's gray areas, just like Agenda 21. Get a grip. There we are. Letter of the law. This is no longer the America I served and protected. This is no longer America. This is America with a K. There is a science fiction story on the internet called Tyranny. That's a good show to watch. And it's interesting. I've had enough. And there's nothing I can do about it except my gun you may have. After I give you my bullets, I will. That's Yoda.
Yeah, I'm trying, as you say this, I'm trying to think, this thing was 10 feet long?
Yeah, maybe. I couldn't tell because it was low and big.
How far away?
How far away? It was up there probably maybe 2,000 feet, maybe 1,000 feet.
Well, shotgun's not going to work at that distance. That's for
straight
sure.
up.
Well, if they get closer, when we can see the whites of their eyes, maybe we can...
Yeah, give me a good 30-06 with a scope on it, and I'll show you what I can do with it.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, I can drop 9 out of 10 in a freestyle in a 6-inch bullseye at 100 yards.
Well, it's, and maybe we're going to get a chance to try that, as we progress farther into the abyss. Rick, there's another expo, not the one that you're going to be at, not the one that I'm going to be at, but there's another expo in the Ozarks. It's called the Midwest Homesteaders Expo. That's October 3rd and 4th. Admission is $5, and John and Judy Dollarhide are putting this on. It's at the Elks Lodge in Ozark, Missouri. That is October 3rd and 4th. Admission's $5, 15 and under free. And our water filters are going to be there. So we're going to have the USA Prepares Pro Pure water filters. If you're interested in water filtration at the lowest price in the country, right there. And our water filters will be right there at the Midwest Homesteaders Expo. And if you'd like to go to the website, usaprepares.com, all the information is right there. So I just wanted to share that with you. And I will not be there, but it should be, if you're in that area of Missouri, the Ozarks, should be a great time. So, Rick, I'm annoyed with Volkswagen. I'm thinking, would I buy one? The answer is no. And absolutely not. I would not buy a Volkswagen because of the lack of trust that they've earned. They've literally earned this through deception and fraud and misrepresentation. And this is one of the biggest scandals of our lifetime. I mean, and Norm Shealy said the Federal Reserve is another one. And if Jesus Christ were a hoax, that would be another one. But this is a pretty big scandal that we're talking about with Volkswagen. And they have, and that's Porsche, Audi, Volkswagen. Yeah. And so they threw overboard their CEO. But that's not enough. That's not enough. All the top brass needs to be fired. We'll be right back after these few short commercial announcements. By now, you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
No way. Is that a real bullet necklace?
No, it's a 9mm bullet necklace with matching earrings, you'll notice.
Those are awesome. Where'd you get them?
Dave found them at PatriotNecklace.com.
Wow.
They have a variety of calibers and necklaces and earrings and keychains.
PatriotNecklace.com?
PatriotNecklace.com.
Your choice of caliber bullet includes a rugged American-made stainless steel dog tag chain. A percentage of every sale goes to military and service-related charities. And get a discount by entering GCN at checkout. Show your patriotism and support our troops with a bullet necklace from PatriotNecklace.com.
Okay, open your mouth and say ah.
When your child has a sore throat, you need to know when to get help. The doctor recommended Say Ah Sore Throat Exam is your solution. The scientifically designed oral retractor offers a clear view of the throat, relaxing the tongue and minimizing gag reflex. Compare with a medical grade chart, website, and app. Then you'll know just what to tell your doctor. A wellness plan in your hands in minutes. Go to SayAHHnow.com. SayAhNow.com, the new mainstay for every family's first aid kit.
At 30dayfoodsupply.com, we get a lot of questions, and here are some of the answers. Our products are naturally low in salt, a quarter of many others, at $6.77 per pound dehydrated weight, or 277 calories per dollar. We're one of the least expensive in the industry. Everything is non-GMO and MSG-free. We gladly make free substitutions. Most orders ship the next business day. $99 is our everyday price at both 800-700-2184 and 30dayfoodsupply.com. Our meals are naturally high in fiber, carbs, and protein, and we put a high value on your privacy, and we never use high-pressure sales. Everything is packaged and shipped from our plant in Southern Oregon. Call 800-700-2184 and purchase our 30-day, 90-serving emergency food supply for only $99, and $10 ships your entire order to the lower 48. Visit the website, 30dayfoodsupply.com, or call 800-700-2184, 30dayfoodsupply.com.
I am a 47-year-old female and had a heart attack in 2005. This is Alice from New Jersey. I still get angina, even with 4 stents. I was taking nitro 2 or 3 times a week. The very first day after taking Heart and Body Extract, the chest pain was gone. Now I don't wear a nitro patch.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market, the gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor, period. With packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATI armor.com. Come and take it.
Dr. Richard Allen Miller is with us. Hey, Rick, I was contacted by Kendall in Virginia, and he's very interested in CERN. Of course, CERN is the European Organization for Nuclear Research. It was established in 1954. They've got 22 member states. And it seems like there's some concern about what is happening at CERN, CERN. Now, what can you give us an overview of CERN?
It is the next generation of accelerators, starting with linear, and now we have a circular cyclotron that has been put on steroids and spinning a particle around itself in magnetic fields so quickly that you achieve levels of speed and power that are not even comprehensible in comparing to nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is here, and CERN is way, way up there. We're going to try to create a singulate, a mini black hole on Earth. What do you think might happen? Because a black hole, once you've created it, does not go away. It consumes and grows and becomes a new galaxy. Get me? And so there's a lot of concern when you're watching a bunch of engineer scientists, not science scientists, doing ghost dance on the platform, trying to bring around biblical prophecy. I've got that video, and it's nuts. And a bunch of God's chosen. What's that called? And they're trying to create this singulate. And if we do that, I have no idea what's going to go on. There was concern about detonating nuclear warheads in the atmosphere and the fear of creating a firestorm. I believe that's the word they call it. And there was a movie that was put out by Martin Sheen that got pulled. I saw the movie. My ex-wife Iona saw it. We could never find it on the internet again. And it's about the Holy Mother appearing in Leeds, trying to warn everyone. And so as a scientist in the movie, Martin Sheen goes to Amsterdam or someplace and tries to plead not to do this, that it's going to turn the earth into hell. And I am concerned because what we've got here is an order of magnitude beyond that.
You know, Rick, as you were starting to talk about CERN, I have a notebook in the studio with me, and I just jot a few words down every once in a while. And as you were saying that, I wrote, set the atmosphere on fire, and that's exactly what some scientists were concerned about during the early days of atomic testing.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the firestorm.
Yeah, I know.
And this, CERN, is an order of magnitude beyond that. As a physicist, I am deeply concerned, and to see fanatics doing ghost dance to try to bring around biblical prophecy is creepy.
And so we didn't set the whole atmosphere on fire. However, we did set everything around the detonation on fire. We vaporized, the surrounding materials around these atomic bombs, and the residue, the
100,000 years.
Yeah. It's as bad as it could possibly be.
Well,
without
it's as
setting
bad
the
as you
atmosphere
can
on fire.
imagine, because imagination is reality. That's what ghost dance is about.
So, Rick, when we come back, would you let us know who in their right mind would even try to attempt to create a black hole?
I've already told you, it's the 1%ers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can name the names. You can look them up.
Why are we letting them do this? You know, we all live here. Who do they think they are? Trying to kill us through population elimination, through geoengineering and chemtrails and genetically modified foods and air pollution, water pollution, radioactivity and electromagnetic radiation. I mean, it just doesn't stop. Dr. Richard Allen Miller and I will be right back, and we'll talk about the university years when Rick was at the university. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Are you still looking for that one iodine that you can really trust? A medical doctor-endorsed product that is backed by honest research and true integrative science? Then search no further. Go to NutriMedical.com for Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutriodine, proven time and time again to be the very best iodine available for you. Nutriodine is the only Tesla-activated monatomic plasma iodine in the world. It optimizes mitochondrial function and generation of new mitochondria, from totally neutralizing the venom from a desert recluse spider bite in Southern California to eliminating malaria parasites reported by medical missionaries in central India. Dr. Bill's Nutriodine is simply the most powerful healing formula there is. Nutriodine clears the body of all known pathogens, restores it to an alkaline state, and even promotes stem cell regeneration. Order Dr. Bill's Nutriodine today at 888-212-8871 or visit us online at NutriMedical.com.
Healthy, organic, fresh fish, robust, mouth-watering vegetables, all from your home. It's called aquaponics. This brilliant, self-sustaining protein and veggie system is perfect for year-round growing. Know exactly where your food is coming from. Aquaponicssource.com is the one-stop shop for all your needs. Fish, fish food, plumbing, full systems, classes, and more. Learn to build your own system. Go to aquaponicssource.com for a free guide to aquaponics. That's aquaponicssource.com.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor period, with packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATI Armor.com. Come and take it.
Everyone all set, cocked, locked. Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com with Dr. Richard Allen Miller. I just want to share a couple quick things with you. On Monday, there's a meetup, USA Prepares meetup at Jimmy's Egg. And Silent Night will be speaking. Silent Night runs an Underground Railroad, and he's an author of a book about the Underground Railroad. And if you want a copy of his book, let me know. And it's $15 and we'll ship it to you. It's autographed. And the Underground Railroad returns to disappear. And he's going to be talking about avoidance. Alan Busick is also going to be speaking, and Alan Busick was on Doomsday Preppers. He's an instructor with USA Prepares. He comes to the meetups. He's been to the expos. And he's going to be talking about ham radio, an overview and a review. That's on Monday at 4:45 to 8 p.m. I've got some farming to do, and for the next month I will not be able to make it to the meetups, but the meetups will continue on schedule, and we'll post and let you know what the subject is for the meetups. And I was talking with Mrs. Finelli yesterday, and I was discussing with her about the resignation of the CEO of Volkswagen. And she said he should never have resigned, comma, he should have been fired first. And it looks like there's going to be more resignation. So Rick, we've got the head of engineering, we have the head of manufacturing, we have operations, we have the head of software development, we have all of these heads at Volkswagen. They must have known. They must have known what they were up to. There's no way that they could not have known, because I've been involved with, at the highest levels of corporations, and we've had meetings on all kinds of things. There is some compartmentalization, but these guys will ask each other questions like, how are you doing that? How did you get emissions to be 1/40th of what they normally are? What kind of engineering did you guys do over there? How is that possible? How would our competitors, are they doing the same thing? Where do we get this technology from? And the questions have had to be asked. And then the CEO had, and this is just conjecture on my part, the CEO had to have lied to the board of directors. Had to. And that's why he's out. But so he risked the entire corporation based on lying about emissions? What was he thinking? And it cost him his job. I hope it cost him his retirement. And, my plan was really simple. Have the U.S. government force Volkswagen to buy back at full list price all of the vehicles they sold. Every one. And then get them out of the country. And then prevent them from selling their products in this country. That's what they should do, in my opinion. And it would cause tremendous pain everywhere. But all the other corporations who see this, like Apple, who gets involved in selling our secrets, all these other corporations would say, wow, they are actually taking action. Because if they don't, I think the villagers may bring back the stocks and put these, and I'm not talking about the stock market, I'm talking about where you stick your head and arms in there and they lock you up in the hot sun for a week. That's what I'm talking about. Rick, what do you think about this enormous crime?
It's happening in everything because we are all still complacent. I have something I need to say.
Okay.
I've been waiting patiently to say this. I don't like to say this, and I'm going to have to. I've been sorting my books, and I have found manuscripts that need to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe how many manuscripts I've found. I have at least one major book for every year I've been out of college, and they're all exactly like my work, and they are classics. And there they sit in typewriter form with carbon paper. And they need to be brought forward like the Omega Principle that I just recently republished on the principles of pattern randomness. Now, I can't do it. I'm too old. I can't afford it. I have no money. So I have found a GoFundMe.com/Richard Allen Miller. And anybody that does a donation of over $50 will get, at their choice, a manuscript off press that's numbered. When I did The Potential of Herbs as a Cash Crop, which just went out of print with Chuck Walters, Kansas City, I took the first top 10 books, and then it went 1/10, 2/10, and I gave Grace Thorne 3-10 of The Potential of Herbs as a Cash Crop, because at some point when I'm worm food, that book is going to be like Aleister Crowley. It's worth thousands of dollars because it was a classic, first off the press book. And so anybody, and they get to choose whatever they want. The GoFundMe accounts come in already with $5,000, And that means I'm going back to press with the encyclopedia. And it turns out of Alternative Ag, volumes 2 and 3. And I can't afford to do these, and I can't afford to put them in ebook because that particular one is in res form, and there's no way it can go out as an ebook, which I had hoped I could, 72 DPI. And so here I am with classics of books that I'm set to go to press with and need help just for having somebody organize it for me while I'm writing my new stuff. And I'm driven as a writer, and I'm here to tell you I can change history because, in fact, it used to be that it would take 65% to cause a change in the world, and that's now down to 3%, and I'm guessing I've got that listening to me right now. And so everybody listening to me right now, if you're part of this movement, you can literally change the world. And to heck with German engineering.
Rick, I'm interested, so I'll talk to you about it after the broadcast.
I've got them. I just found my technical crop reports. Remember I told you I had 300 of them? I found them. There they are. And I've got, you have no idea how cool they are. Just like the 3 that are on press right now at herbfarminfo.com. And I've got 300 more to go, of which 60 different ones, that's 360 now, 60 of them are on things like ethics of marketing, where you have a choice on how you're going to sell something. You either sell it at what the market will bear, or you sell it at fair wage markup. And those concepts have been lost, just like storable commodities and non-storable commodities, just-in-time delivery and storage. Delivery of central... Listen, this whole thing is crazy in the directions we've gone, like Mopar. Whatever happened to DeLorean? Trying to make the best thing we could so it never wore out.
Yeah, they blew him up. They blew up his cars in the parking lot.
Well, there it is. Read it and weep. And that's because of the 1%ers trying to take control of everything. And they have done that. It's called old money. I remember when Rothschild put a signature on a napkin and called it good as a check. And now, that's where it all started. And today, we don't even have a clue that the 1%, and when I say this, they're literally trying to do a mass extinction on men so they have control of everything.
Rick, do you have something on growing mushrooms?
Absolutely. Which kind? Psychedelic? That's an unpublished book. How to grow psychedelic mushrooms. How to grow reishi and maitake? No problem.
Okay, I'm interested in both of those.
I'll bet. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. You know, it is called a reboot. And that's what psychedelics were really about, is to jumpstart your brain into developing its own similar chemistries.
I'm interested in mushrooms on all levels. I don't do drugs.
Fungus is a very mycelium. That is a class of organisms that is different in the mycorrhiza hierarchy in the soil, starting with nematode. And let me tell you, human beings are exactly like the soil. In fact, the distinction between the soil and man is so fine, different, in terms of us being a habitat, that the two are actually the same. And at some point, you're going to realize that Gaia is right there trying to talk to you through the voice of the silence. The song at the end of the rainbow, your so-called, what is that thing that Terence McKenna called, 0-point energy. We're missing the big picture, and there's things going on around us that we don't understand, and this 1% is absolutely scared now, and so it's easier just to wipe the slate and take control. It's not going to work.
Rick,
it's not going to work.
Miles is joining us from Europe. Miles, welcome.
Hey, good morning, Doc. How are you doing? Good morning.
I'm so starving artist comes to mind.
I'm calling you because of two things. Number one, I personally think that Doc Miller is the one on USA Prepares right now who is doing knowledge-wise something that needs to be pushed the most. This is just my personal opinion to that, but he has so many things to bring to the table and so many things he really had to put under the rug for so many years. And he's a bomb. He's a bomb. When he's going off, he has things that will itch somebody's mind later then.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. This is number one. Number two, I'm calling because of the Volkswagen so-called scandal. I want to bring you into the big picture, okay? Because we were talking about the failures of a company, what really are no failures. They are just playing the agenda out, what needed to be done in terms of what's happening today with the Pope. I get to that when we come back from the break.
Sure. Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us. Miles from the European Union's with us. John in Missouri, we'll get to you in a few minutes. You're on hold. I'm Vin Finelli. This is USAPrepares.com. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration system and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Hi, this is Walt Augustinowitz. I'm the founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. By now you've heard our commercials about wallets that protect you from electronic pickpocketing. 10 years ago, I created a way to protect my own cards from prying eyes after government officials started talking about issuing a national ID card with a built-in radio chip called RFID. I felt having to broadcast my personal information was an invasion of privacy. Soon after, it was also announced that credit cards, debit cards, U.S. passports, hotel room keys, and even transit passes would all soon incorporate RFID. It was then I formed ID Stronghold to share my inventions in blocking RFID signals with the world. There are a lot of misconceptions out there today about RFID. I encourage everyone to get informed and get protected. Please go to idstronghold.com and get the facts and the wallets, sleeves, or badge holders you need to protect your personal financial data. You'll be pleasantly surprised that through our direct sales model, you won't pay more than other comparable unprotected wallets. It is as though the protection is free. Visit idstronghold.com today.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit on the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares Unfiltered and Untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares Untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
Class Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us, docram.com, docram.com. And Miles from Europe is with us. Miles, please continue.
So what has the Pope together with to do with the Volkswagen scandal? Has anybody paid attention to his encyclica, Laudato Si, that he published 2 months ago? Everything's laid out in there, and Volkswagen was just a scapegoat. Do you think that General Motors, BMW, Mercedes, or even the Japanese are doing better cars or better emissions? Well, you fail on that thought, because they're all dealing with the same technology, and they're dealing with all the parts. In fact, if you buy a BMW, you have injectors and entire injection systems from Japan there. So what is going on here? The fact is that they're coming for your cars now. They are eliminating reliable, cheap transportation. And Volkswagen, with one of the being a player in the world with one of the most stakes in the vehicles, is just the scapegoat.
That's a good point. That's an
excellent point. And that's what I was trying to allude, Miles. That's what I was alluding to. That how could the top management of Volkswagen, how could the different department heads not say, well, how is Toyota doing it? How are the others doing it? How did we get such great results? What did we do? Well, and then the next question is, maybe we didn't do it. Maybe we're just saying that we did it.
Vincent, when you start talking to the chief engineers of General Motors, or Chrysler's a good one, when Mercedes took him over, they received all kinds of orders from Germany on what to do on engines and on transmissions and electronics, and they all scratched their heads and thought, why shall we do that? Why should we do that? Well, because it was all preset. It started in 2001 with the new Canvas systems, where your entire vehicle has been wired. Every component, the brakes, the transmission, the engine, the central locking system, everything was wired. And they then put on the agenda on how to develop the emission laws. And now we're coming to the crucial point, and this is logistics. We have trucks on the roads that are so-called emission Euro 6, or even the California law, even a driverless car or driverless truck. All of these trucks fail in their emission testings. So what do you think is coming next to you?
Well, Miles, I can tell you that we have two trucks here, and one of the trucks that we have at the farm, they have identical engines. One is exempt, it does not have a catalytic converter, and the other is a lighter truck, same engine in a lighter vehicle. One's a half-ton, one's a 3/4 ton, one's a half-ton. The half-ton does not have the emission controls that the 3/4 ton does not have the emissions the half-ton does. So what they've done is they've exempted the half-ton. So I guess what you're saying is they really can't make a good, clean engine out of a diesel. Is that right?
Well, this is even not the point. As long as we're operating with the technology with burning fuels, we are always limited by physics. Doc Miller can tell you about that. Okay, you can increase the pressure, you can increase the atomization of the fuel, but still, when something burns, there is smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could use alcohol like old man Henry Ford did.
Well, you better not go that way, because that does not make that money.
I understand. I got it. That's why he switched.
Well,
how far back it started.
The point is, right now, the Pope is in America, and he gave out his orders on what needs to come next on the climate agenda. And Volkswagen was the first stone to fall. It was the scapegoat, and what comes next, what you will see is that other corporations will fail, and then they come for your fireplaces.
They're already doing that, Miles. They're already forcing the outside wood furnace manufacturers to have these newer, cleaner furnaces that can't burn the same kind of fuel. Now you have to buy your fuel or have really, really seasoned wood, which is almost impossible for most of us. So that's going to put them out of business, because who's going to spend twice as much for an outdoor wood furnace? So you're absolutely right.
If you're not going to comply, you will have to live in a smart city soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Want me to stay over the break?
Please do.
You're
Please
excellent.
Please
You've
do.
got
We'll be
the
right
big
back.
picture.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of Slingbow, a new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
Okay, open your mouth and say ah.
When your child has a sore throat, you need to know when to get help. The doctor recommended Say Ah Sore Throat Exam is your solution. The scientifically designed oral retractor offers a clear view of the throat, relaxing the tongue and minimizing gag reflex. Compare with the medical grade chart, website, and app. Then you'll know just what to tell your doctor. A wellness plan in your hands in minutes. Go to sayahhnow.com. Sayahnow.com, the new mainstay for every family's first aid kit.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't take on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
If you're like me, you're concerned about the stock market and the economy. You're asking the questions, but it just doesn't seem that you're getting the right answers. Well, my friends at the Wealth Preservation Institute not only have the answers, but they've put together a free report, How to Survive the Upcoming Economic Collapse and Protect Your 401ks, IRA savings, and retirement income. Don't hesitate. This report's for free for a limited time by calling 888-772-2929. That's 888-772-2929. Take back your financial lives today.
Did you know that drinking pure, high alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
Class, we've got two USA Prepare senior instructors with us. Dr. Richard Allen Miller on the West Coast, Miles in Europe. Miles, we've polluted the air, we've polluted the water, we've polluted the soil, and we've polluted our minds. And it looks like those at the highest levels want us to reduce all of our consumption, except they don't want to reduce theirs. So we are consuming too much, right?
That's exactly right. What you're witnessing right now is a shock treatment for a system that is already there. You had the author of the book about the shocks that were given out through the economy on your show as well. Van Dyke it was, I think.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And this is exactly what you're witnessing. So what's happening now is they fundamentally want to change automobile industry. What you're seeing now is the shock into the automotive industry, one of the biggest employer in the world. And this shock will have ripples and go up to unemployment because the grantor of every right that every nation has that is in the UN is right now in America. It's Pope, or the so-called Pope Francis. He is the grantor of the rights because he is holding a loyal title to America, period. So what's happening now is just a game. It's a theatrical trailer that they will use to make legislation upon, and they will test every vehicle, and they will find out, all our vehicles are burning too much. Man is bad using these vehicles. And now you get the picture.
Miles, they're doing that to you in Europe with just your purchases of oil, aren't they? If you buy a barrel of oil for your village, for your machinery, don't you have to return 80% of that? Aren't they controlling that as well?
Well, as a private user, you have to only return 50%. But if you are a business user, you have to return 80%. You have to declare your consumption if it's higher than that, and if it's over a time frame of 2 years higher than 80% loss, you will be subject to an audit. But I will give you the bigger picture.
Yes.
I'll give you a bigger picture. We founded that association with the farmers, started to stick together because we lost farms here. Families lost farms. And the only way, due to Agenda 21, they didn't comply anymore with their old farms, and so these farms were leveled. This is what's coming to you. And the only way and how to protect the farms against that was to form that association and work against that, and still have grandfather clause things that are still acceptable for them, and having them in abundance, so if one fails, that you just switch from one appliance to the other, or from one engine to the other, or from one vehicle to the other, that you have switch out opportunities. And that's why I tell you, prepare now. Get one of these cars as long as they are available. Volkswagen.
You're talking about Miles, now when you say get one, you're talking about older technologies that may not be computer controlled. Is that what you're saying?
Right. You go back to the Cash for Clunkers program, and there you have one color of what was played out. They took many cars from the market that were really good vehicles, long-lasting vehicles that just needed some treatment. Instead of that, they wanted to sell new ones that are better controllable and that had back then a better emission testing result.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Miles, I've mentioned on this broadcast that I'm doing something that might be considered nesting, what a mother might be doing, getting ready for a baby, what animals do getting ready for their babies. I'm doing that for our farm, and I've literally even taken a month off from the meetups because I don't have time to do 8 hours a week of meetup preparation and speaking and so forth. I am literally doing everything I can right after this broadcast. 1 second after it's over, in 20 minutes and 24 seconds, I'm going to be on the tractor cutting hay, and I'll be tedding hay and baling hay for the next several days. That's how concerned I am. Are you that concerned?
My concern now has an end because we reached the point in time where the Pope finally ordered his lieutenants in the world. That's why he was traveling so much. That's why he was in Cuba prior to America. He is getting out the new orders for the new world, and you will see what will happen with legislation in the next time. It will be changing lives, industries fundamentally, and it's not for the good of men and women.
And when you say for men and women, you mean the villagers, right? We, the little people.
It doesn't matter from this point in time on whether you live in a city or in a village. Whatever comes next is a question of, does it apply to what the Vatican has given out, what the Pope has given out in Laudato Si, under the rules and regulation of the so-called grantor and the alloidial title holder.
Miles, I've talked to you many, many times. I have never heard you more serious.
Well, what you were preparing for is now here, okay? Industry-wise, life-wise, it's here. The only thing that can worsen it now when nature plays out her moods.
Okay, and are you speaking of the radioactivity from Fukushima, the leaking radioactive reactors throughout the United States and Europe and the rest of the world? Are you talking about nature causing problems for those kind of man-made devices that are going to make things worse, plus storms, plus solar eruptions, that kind of thing?
Exactly. I want to mention something about the German engineering that Dr. Rick just mentioned prior to me coming on the show. Renz just had Clark McClelland last week on his show. Doc, do you know Clark McClelland?
I'm sorry?
Do you know? Are you familiar with Clark McClelland?
Not really. No, please.
Okay, he was the chief science officer of NASA space shuttle missions.
Oh, yeah, yes.
And he was O&I.
It's crazy what's happening. I don't understand, because as a scientist, there's fiduciary responsibilities to my family and grandchildren. I don't know why.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I don't know why they're doing what they're doing. It does not. Oh, yes, it does. Funding space wars. I don't know. I'll never know, probably at my pay grade, what's really happening. I have insider friends that are telling me about Hoover Dam and other things like that, but I don't know.
Well, Clark McClelland was the witness of the Kecksburg Egg, or so-called Die Glocke. He was there when it came down in Kecksburg. And he was talking about the German scientists and what they did for America, that they were actually the decent ones behind the space program that gave the space program to America. And he was going into technologies that were suppressed by then, after World War II. The Germans used them, Some used them to escape Germany to get to other places. But basically what happened was the entire science around what the Germans had developed then came to a grinding halt, because that was not to be shown. That was not to be put out. And we're still living with our engines today, with our technology in pre-World War II times, just a little bit more refined. And that was done
like Carol Rosen's work when she worked with Werner von Braun.
Exactly.
Yeah, Carol has been to dinner here in recent weeks and left me some of that material. There's just so much I can absorb, and then I'm overwhelmed with distractions on purpose, probably.
Yes, but I suggest you should listen to Ren's radio broadcast with Clark McClellan. That was last week. That was pretty enlightening.
He's here in Ashland. He lives and is good friends with Carol, by the way. They just live down the street from each other.
Wow, he's not health-wise. He's not very good on top right now. But coming back to what's happening,
I know some women he dated.
So
I've got that insight. But I like Jeff a lot, and he's like chasing windmills, and he's focused on the Fukushima. This is really a serious problem, and nobody. I mean, you have suspicion, but you don't really know, kind of thing, and it's worse than any of you could possibly imagine, and it's with full intent.
Absolutely.
That's the creepiest part about all of this.
The car is being crashed with 200 miles an hour towards a concrete wall.
And no safety belt.
Yes.
No safety belt. Mass extinction.
It's already here. We've got it with the particles in the air. We have older folks this year dying more rapidly than any year before. The main cause is pneumonia after the flu.
So here we are at the end of days. Wow, do you want to exit? You have a choice. That's a big tunnel, and they have a little divider in front of it saying right or left. There's your choice.
You're absolutely right. So, class, I suggest you prepare for whatever may come to keep your properties, to keep your farms, so that you have a backup on everything that might be out of date, because you, A, comply, or you be forced to come into a smart city next to your pretty soon.
Miles, I'm really glad you called, because this is the message that we've been trying to communicate. But so few. I mean, we have a lot of keyboard warriors, but so few are actually taking the steps necessary to survive this. So very few. Miles, did you want to hold through the break?
I held through the break. There's something I want to share with you as well.
How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy, or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
No way. Is that a real bullet necklace?
No, it's a 9mm bullet necklace with matching earrings, you'll notice.
Those are awesome. Where'd you get them?
Dave found them at PatriotNecklace.com.
Wow.
They have a variety of calibers and necklaces and earrings and keychains.
PatriotNecklace.com?
PatriotNecklace.com.
Your choice of caliber bullet includes a rugged American-made stainless steel dog tag chain. A percentage of every sale goes to military and service-related charities. And get a discount by entering GCN at checkout. Show your patriotism and support our troops with a bullet necklace from PatriotNecklace.com.
My name's Clyde, age 59. and I reside in Florence, South Carolina. The doctors diagnosed me as having clogged arteries. Felt like I was carrying heavy concrete blocks around my feet and legs. I started taking Heart and Body Extract as directed. It is less than 3 weeks, and I'm like a young man again. It's unbelievable that an herbal formula can work so fast and so powerfully.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
My name is Bill Bonner, and I'm the president of the largest private news and research network in the world. And I paid for this airtime because I have an important message to the American people. There's a change coming that the government isn't telling you about. This change has deep implications for life in America, from where you shop to the doctors you visit and the family you want to protect. Look, I've made predictions like this before. Thing is, I was right then too. A few years ago, I warned that housing prices would collapse. They did. Before that, I warned that .com companies would crash. They did. Those who listened had a chance to save themselves. But this has nothing to do with the stock market. This will affect us all.
You can watch the video for free right now by going to dollardownfall.com. Again, that's dollardownfall.com.
Hi, I'm Rick Ossick with Famous Footwear. Did you know that premature birth is the #1 killer of babies? That's why we support the March of Dimes in the fight against premature birth. Join us in supporting cutting-edge research, treatment programs, and outreach to help moms have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. Learn how you can help save babies' lives at marchofdimes.org.
Did you know that select musical tones have the power to heal? By listening to 7 amazing songs that contain these tones, you can experience the power of music therapy.
I used to work in a pretty stressful atmosphere, but I started using the whole tones in the office, and I'm experiencing more focus, motivation, peace, and better relationships.
WholeTones99.com is a unique music therapy program featuring 7 secret ancient healing frequencies uncovered in the music of King David. Now you too can unlock the healing secrets of the Bible, as we are offering a free sample of this music so that you can discover their power to heal, relieve stress, and break negative cycles.
I use the tones to calm my 5, 3, and 2-year-olds to stop the fighting, and it works.
Now you can experience the healing music therapy in the comfort of your own home or office. Visit WholeTones99.com and get a free song. Visit WHOLETones99.com today for your free song. That's WholeTones99.com. WholeTones99.com.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Block-It Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618. blockitpocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Class Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us. Miles from the European Union is with us. And what we're learning is that things are not necessarily as they appear. This Volkswagen catastrophe, the lying that may actually bankrupt Volkswagen, has ulterior motives behind it. Miles, please continue.
What you're seeing right now is the shock treatment of the economy, beginning with the automotive sector. Others will follow, and the corporations that are producing internationally, such as Volkswagen does. Volkswagen is manufacturing in America. They're manufacturing in Germany. They're manufacturing in Poland. They're manufacturing in China and in Mexico. So this is one of the internationals who's getting the first ripple, and you will see unemployment out of it coming out. But what will happen next is there are a couple of things that are coming together at one point in time. This is the shock treatment of the economy, the problems with the economy maxing out now with China and with the U.S. dollar. And what you see next is the migration that already occurred in America as well as in Europe. That will increase. What we're seeing right now is the first wave. And why is that? everybody who comes here and may stay here is entitled to get his family from wherever they came here. So if you have a birth ratio, like one coming here and having 4 brothers and sisters somewhere in Africa or in the Near East, we are seeing artificially created people's movement like in the medieval times. So the system that we are living in will eventually come to a grinding halt at some point in time.
Miles, as you've described it, the wave of population shift, the culture shift, the removal of the conveniences that so many people are used to, the packaged products, just being a consumer. You're saying, I believe you're saying, that these things are in for a massive change. Our life is going to change, and our culture is going to change. Our way of life is going to change. Having it better than having your children have it better than you and me and Rick, that's all going to change for the worse. Yes.
Eventually, that will change pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. And so we're going down. We're going down, right?
We were going down since the 90s, with Clinton coming in and having support from such brilliant men behind Clinton that were just following orders. They were just doing their job.
Yeah, and we've got another problem with her, Hillary, because she's going to be a fait accompli, and when she is, she will appoint her husband head of the UN. Watch out, that, please.
Isn't that beautiful? You will have more problems than worrying about Hillary, because they will keep your head spinning and your attention on different things than what's happening in Washington and New York. You will have problems in your own neighborhood, and it's time to get to know your neighbors. Rick Miller is absolutely right when he says preparation starts with your mindset, because whatever it comes in your mind is your reality. So the foremost important step to get prepared is get your mindset right and activate a couple of more brain cells if necessary.
Miles, I got a call from Joey in Michigan. He's been to the farm. He's been to the expos. He spent time here, and you and he chatted, and he said, "Boy, I really wish we could do what's happening in Miles Village, where you are working with your neighbors." He said it's really tough to do that here, and he's right. It is really tough to get our neighbors to work cooperatively with us. And you advised him that, well, it's because of the elders, the seniors, the old people who went through World War II, saying you don't have to like your neighbors, but you have to work with them because we're all in it together. Isn't that right?
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, you don't get to choose who you're in the bunker with.
Exactly.
Miles, do you think you might be available next week to be on the air with us?
You can try to make it happen.
Very good. Thank you so much. Miles from Europe, thanks for calling in. Rick Miller, we're in a world of hurt. Thanks for being with us. Class, above all, honesty and integrity. What happens next is up to you. By now, you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Did you know that select musical tones have the power to heal? By listening to 7 amazing songs that contain these tones, you can experience the power of music therapy.
I used to work in a pretty stressful atmosphere, but I started using the whole tones in the office, and I'm experiencing more focus, motivation, peace, and better relationships.
WholeTones99.com is a unique music therapy program featuring 7 secret ancient healing frequencies uncovered in the music of King David. Now you too can unlock the healing secrets of the Bible, as we are offering a free sample of this music so that you can discover their power to heal, relieve stress, and break negative cycles.
I use the tones to calm my 5, 3, and 2-year-olds to stop the fighting, and it works.
Now you can experience the healing music therapy in the comfort of your own home or office. Visit WholeTones99.com and get a free song. Visit WHOLETones99.com today for your free song. That's WholeTones99.com. WholeTones99.com.